I think she went up on the hood, hit the windshield. Then when he hit the brakes, flew off the car. But she is dead. No, it's a regular person. Yeah. Yeah, just write a check. Just, yeah, $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
All right, so today I want to talk about something that's more newer. I wanted to, with my channel, I want to go back and look at some old cases, things that have happened, just things interest me, But this one right here is a little bit new. This incident is, but it's an ongoing incident. So as you just seen the video, and I'm going to give you a little story, a little backdrop about pretty much what transpired and what led up to this conversation that this officer is having with another officer. So a young lady, her name was Jaahnavi Kandula. She was a college student that went to Northeastern University. I believe I have that correct. She was killed by a police officer who was speeding to another incident. I believe it was an overdose. He was going 74 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour zone. All right, so she was killed. She was thrown, I believe it said like 100 feet. The officer got out, I think tried to do CPR. Or I don't know if it was the officer that had actually hit her that was doing the CPR. And she did not survive. She ended up passing away later on in the evening. So that's what led up to this woman's death. So as we see in the video, this officer his name is Daniel Auderer, I believe, if I'm pronouncing that right. And he is a vice president of the Seattle Police Officers Guild. Now, what that is basically the police officers union, and the police officers union is basically an entity that goes to bat for its officers. Let's say if they're involved in some type of wrongdoing, or for instance, as in this situation, this man was responsible for determining whether the officer who hit Miss Kandula was under the influence of any alcohol or drugs. So he basically concluded that he was not. And so after he concluded that the officer was not in the wrong or wasn't under the influence, he then proceeds to speak to another man who is also part of the Seattle Police Officers Guild. I believe his last name was Sloan. And it's reported that Daniel Auderer, the man in the video speaking these callous things, he inadvertently left his body camera on while he's talking to this other person, right? And I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, this is really, really bad. This is crazy. It's evil, straight up. There is no other way to, paint this picture. No matter which way you paint this picture, it is very evil what this man is saying. I mean, he laughs about the woman being dead. That's ridiculous. Are you serious? Wow. He's quoted as saying she was 26 anyway. She had limited value. Wow. That's all I can really say is wow. I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, does this officer have daughters? What's his daughter's life's worth? That's my question. I mean, all lives are worth great value. Okay. So for this officer to say such egregious things about this. I mean, he even got her age wrong. He said 26. No, she's 23. She was graduating in December with a master's degree in information. I mean, in information systems. So, you know, she was worth far more than this officer could ever think or even dream about. Her life is definitely valuable. And it was definitely valuable not only to society, it was valuable to her family. The callousness of this officer and the way that he speaks about another human being shows the level of depravity of this officer's mindset. Now, I want to point something out here. This officer cleared this other officer of wrongdoing. And his response to why he was making these comments was basically he was trying to make a mockery of lawyers, right? I mean, we heard the video. We seen the video. There's no way that he can try to get out of this, because just watching that video, you weren't making a mockery of any type of lawyers. What you were doing was making a mockery of basically normal people, because that's what he says. No, it's a regular person. Just write a check, $11,000, right? So he obviously doesn't think of normal people, basically anybody who's not an officer or maybe a state official, that their lives are not of value. You know what? Get the fuck out of here. Straight up. You know what I mean? This officer, he needs to be fired, his badge taken. And that's period. There no appeal, none of this bullshit. But the problem is, this officer's police union will definitely go to bat for him. I am gonna be surprised that this officer is just fired outright and loses his pension. That's the whole point of these police officers' unions. And that's the big fucking problem with all corrupt police officials, is that their unions will go to bat for them. You know what I think is even more screwed up is that this officer who's making these stupid ass comments says that he's quoted as saying that his comment, and I quote, was not made with malice or a hard heart. Get the fuck out of here. We seen the video. It absolutely was. You just got caught. That's all. You inadvertently left it on. You left your body camera on. And when you recognize that, because you supposedly want to give context to what was being said, you then reported that you had this conversation. That's what I read in the report, right? So, no, you screwed up. You forgot to turn your body camera off when you were about to do something wrong. How many times in the past has this officer probably done something wrong, but turned his body camera off? This time he fucked up and he didn't turn it off. And of course, both these officers were hit up for comment, and both of these officers have not responded. Exactly. They're not going to respond. They know they were in the wrong. I don't believe that they're scared that, something bad's going to happen where they're going to lose their job or whatever. More than likely, this officer, he's just going to get transferred to a whole nother department or to a whole nother police station. Okay. It happens all the time. When I was in prison, I seen officers do the foulest things. I seen them beat people down for no good reason, and they just get redirected to some other prison. I mean, that's why in California, a lot of the prison systems now have cameras, because there were so many incidences, too many violent incidences with correctional officers and prisoners, and beating those prisoners and then getting away with it. And why? Because they're police officers unions, the CCPOA, all these places, they go to bat for them, no matter how much of in the wrong that they are. And I believe the same thing is going to happen here. You know, the only hope I have with this one is that it's so callous, it's so damned evil what this man said, that maybe they might cut their losses and say, hey, you know what, we can't exactly stand behind you. You know, we're not going to go to bat for you right now. But you know, what we can do is just, you know, you resign and, you know, go to a different police department in another county or another state or something like that. That's bullshit. What needs to happen, this officer needs his badge taken. He doesn't deserve to be an officer. He doesn't deserve to wear that badge. He's the reason why people see these type of videos and they hate police. They hate anybody to do with the police, and they don't trust them. That's the bottom line. After seeing this video, you know, like I said, you know, I don't necessarily hate police, but I know a lot of them are corrupt. I know a lot of them, even if they're not directly doing something, they've allowed something bad to happen, and they have a code of silence, and they're not going to report their colleagues. And I think that's just that's horrible, you know. So when I see videos like this, especially talking about that young woman like that, you know, it makes me lose even more faith in the judicial system, but the police force. So, you know, I had to do a video on it, and let me know what you think about this. You know, I just think it's messed up. This young girl lost her life. And now we have police officers making a mockery of her memory. And that's wrong. That's wrong. I absolutely hope that this officer loses his career and is never gonna be able to be an officer ever again. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please do me that favor, hit that like and subscribe button. It's all free. It's not going to cost you a thing. So leave a comment also on this video. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. What do you think should happen to these officers? And, you know, what is your stance on police unions? You know, I would like to do a future video about police unions and how they've went to bat so many times for officers that were in the wrong. And those officers eventually was able to retain their badge, pension, pay, whatever, you know. So leave a comment about that in the comment section. And for now, take care and God bless you.